Hello, everybody. It's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. I pray everyone's having a great day out there. It's a beautiful day here in sunny South Florida. And I'm just coming at you today, talking to you a little bit more about health. I made a video yesterday about eating meat and can we eat meat for 30 straight days and be healthy or think we're being healthy. And the answer really isn't about can we be healthy to people when they hear it. People are going to hear what they want to hear. And hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining. But people are going to hear what they want to hear. I didn't say, is it possible? I said, can you be healthy? And I guess people misunderstood the word healthy. When I said healthy, it doesn't mean is it possible or can you do it or can you feel great? Because there is a difference between feeling great and being healthy. And that's what people miss. See, stimulation makes us feel great, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're healthy. So there's a little difference there. You know, people can feel great from stimulation. For example, people could drink coffee and feel great, but does that mean it's healthy to drink coffee? And the answer is no. It's definitely not healthy. It's a drug. It's stimulation. Caffeine's a stimulation, but it might make you feel great for while you're doing it, and when you stop doing it, you might actually feel bad, thinking that you needed it and it was helping you because you stopped doing it and now you're feeling bad. That's called detoxification. Your body's doing what it's supposed to, and with that, you're not holding back the toxins from coming out, and the toxins are coming out, and often it takes place in a headache or tiredness or something else. So people misunderstand that to think, well, something's wrong because I don't feel as well. And yeah, a deficiency and a detoxification are two opposite ends of the spectrum, but they have the same symptoms often. And I know it can get confusing, but when it comes to doing something like like uh, eating meat or eating bread or eating things that shouldn't be in our body, I mean, hey, while I'm eating, if I eat bread or if I eat pizza, I probably feel pretty great while I'm eating it because of the burst of different flavors in my mouth and the taste of these different things. Probably would taste pretty amazing, but it'd be a very short time after that I would get sick. I would go to the bathroom, I would have stomach ache, and I wouldn't feel good. Probably wake up with a hangover and just not feel good. It's like when somebody drinks. You might feel great while you're drinking, or feel nothing while you're drinking if you drink too much. But you're not thinking about the consequences after. And yes, eating something that's going to upset your stomach or eating or drinking might have immediate effects where you feel bad the next day. But when you're eating things that are unhealthy, or eating things like meat and especially factory farming meat and eating other things, it's just a matter of time where you're creating an investment where in the future you're going to have not just only feel not healthy, but you're creating a breathing ground for disease. And that's the real problem. You see, the body is pretty funny where we don't feel when we're growing a tumor inside our body. But, you know, if you're feeding the tumor, it's growing. And if you're doing things in the body that's creating these things that are wrong on a cellular level, it's just going to create and make this tumor bigger and bigger. But you're not necessarily going to feel it. And most people go to a doctor and they're told they have stage 4 cancer. They didn't know they had cancer, even stage 1. They completely missed the sign because they weren't feeling pain. So if something's working or not working, pain isn't the only factor. So getting back to the question, is eating an exclusively meat diet healthy for us? Remember the word healthy versus the word, do we like it? Can we do it? Or even do we look good on it? Because that's another reply I got from people. They say, oh, I've been eating meat, mostly meat now for the last month or so, and I look great. They might even feel great. But again, looking and feeling isn't the only thing to determine if what is working. Now, some people are wise enough to say, well, I got my blood work checked, and my blood work is great. And if you're getting the right blood test, then that's really the big factor in to know if the diet you're eating is working for you. So that's a great thing. But even with blood work, there's still other factors other than nutrients and even hormones and enzymes and things like this that you're not always going to accurately get from blood work. So to start off with and to make the wisest decision possible, let's look at human anatomy, okay? We are not born with sharp teeth and claws. We're born with carnivore, not carnivore, but was born with herbivore, not carnivore, but herbivore, and we even speak like herbivores, not carnivores like that dog that's barking right now. This is what we're born with. We're born with hands to pick fruit off trees. You know, maybe we could eat some greens. Some people say, well, I can't eat things like collards because it's too rough for my teeth. But you're eating a carcass, something that is so rough and disgusting that you have to actually cook it to even consider eating it. You know, people come up to me and say, when are you going to start eating some real food? What, a carcass? That's not real food. And I still put this up and I say this. If you eat nothing but fruit or fruits and vegetables for 30 straight days versus eating nothing but meat for 30 straight days, one is building health and one is destroying health. And I know a lot of us don't like to admit it because ever since we're babies, our parents who weren't wise gave us meat at a young age and got us used to eating animals. I mean, how sick is this that we're eating animals? It just, we don't hear that. I mean, in some countries they literally eat dogs. I don't get how people can eat animals and enjoy animals but still have a pet dog that they love. I don't get that. But in some countries they eat dogs. Now, if I would make a post in that country saying, can you be healthy by eating dogs for 30 straight days? They'll just answer that question just like somebody in this country will say, if I ask, can you eat a cow for 30 straight days and be healthy? Well, in that country, you know, they don't think twice about it. We'll say, oh, that's disgusting, eating a dog? That's just gross. I'm going to go eat a cow now. A cow. Or a goat. Or a lamb or a sheep. It's just not the way we were designed. It goes against our design. See, the human body has an amazing power to adapt to its environment. It has an amazing power to adapt to the food we put in our body. And it's not necessarily evolution. It's just an adoption that we get used to it. So it's like a smoker, for example. Let me give you this example. I never smoked. I had one cigarette my whole life. If I took a cigarette and I smoked it right now, chances are I'd be coughing immediately. Immediately. But if I did that every day for about a month, I'll be like these chain smokers that I know out there now. They could smoke a whole pack of cigarettes and not cough once while they're smoking. Oh, they're coughing other times. They can't walk down a block without coughing. Forget about even thinking of them walking up a flight of steps, but while they're smoking, they're not coughing. You know, and if I make a video saying, can you smoke cigarettes for 30 straight days and be healthy? Well, these people are smoking packs and packs of cigarettes a day. And they're not feeling the effects immediately, so they think they're healthy, but they're breeding disease in their body. So we've adapted to, we didn't evolve to, we've adapted to eating dead carcasses in our lives. Do I say every day, or does it really make a difference? We've adapted to it. It is not the way we were designed. It is not ideal for it. It is not good for health, and just because we get away with it doesn't make it okay or doesn't make it right. And you know, and I also say, you know, people don't even like the taste of animals. They like the taste of all the stuff they're putting on the animals. You know, when I did eat carcasses, and when I was growing up, and my mother used to make a steak stew or something, she put a lot of peppers and vegetables and salt and seasonings in there to make it taste palatable. Because a dead carcass is not going to be palatable. You need to put things on there. Now, when you eat a fresh fruit or vegetable, take a banana, you don't need to dip it in some steak sauce to make it palatable. So we don't necessarily enjoy or like these carcasses. And of course, you'll disagree with me if you are a wannabe carnivore in a human body. And you know, remember, just because we get away with doing it doesn't make it ideal for us. And I'm not doing this to upset people. I'm not doing this to get people mad at me. And I'm not doing this to make people agree with me. I'm doing this to let people know how cancer thrives in a body. And don't tell me, well, I know somebody that didn't eat animals, they were vegetarian and they still got cancer. Fine, there are so many other factors for cancer out there. But one of the major factors, without a doubt, is consuming animals and their products as well. And I am just alerting you, if you're not a smoker and I tell you smoking's bad, you'll agree. Oh, he's right, smoking's bad. But if you're a smoker, you might get offended or hurt or upset what I'm saying. You say, well, I'm smoking, I don't have cancer, and I know people that don't smoke that get cancer, so it can't be the cigarettes. You start defending your ridiculous action. And that's just the human nature, and that's just the way we are. And somebody says, well, you're just promoting something that you found to be right. Look, we're humans. We're humans. We could talk. We're not barking. We're humans. We have hands to pick and eat and peel fruit. And we got teeth to chew herbs and greens. We're not carnivore animals. We're just not. People say, well, how do we get away with it? We're not getting away with it. Look at the rates of cancer out there today. Look at all other diseases. Are you to tell me all this is because we're eating animals? No, there are other factors, but I promise you this. If no one ate animals, the amount of disease would go down dramatically if no one ate animals. And that's all we're saying here. The animals are dirty. They're I'm not just talking about clean and unclean according to the Bible. I'm saying they're just filthy animals, and people eat this. We're just not used to it. Some people eat cow tongues and frog's feet. That sounds disgusting to us, but give us a liver or a heart or a leg, a bone of a chicken or something else. Sounds good to us. It's just crazy, somebody says in my home, no, I am not home. That's a great point. What is behind me? Great point. Let's see here. Whoa, I got to talk to them. That is terrible. I'm not home. I'm at a friend's house. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. That is garbage. That causes cancer right there, that Roundup. That kills people. Good point. Absolutely kills people. And that is a problem. While some people who are vegetarians get cancer because they're not eating organic and eating that garbage, that Roundup stuff. But you know what? They put Roundup on the ground, and then animals are eating that stuff. And I put that stuff in animal food that animals are eating. And if it's not getting you from the vegetables, it's getting you from the animals, it's not good. It causes cancer. Great point. I'm about to scold the People's House on Map. That's cancer in a bottle right there. So you got cancer on your plate, which is eating carcasses, and cancer in a bottle right there. Great point. Thank you. And I could have gave you a nicer view here. I could have maybe gave you a view of a pool or something. But yeah, amen. So there's many causes of disease out there, but I'm telling you, cut out animals. Look, try it. Just try it. I'm not looking to win Mr. Vegetarian President or something, and I don't dislike the taste of, or I didn't dislike the taste of animals with the way they were prepared when I was growing up. But I know what they do to people's health. And just because you see somebody that looks healthy and they're eating meat or animal products, remember what I said at the beginning of this video. There's a difference between health and stimulation, or health and vanity, or health and something else. And yes, there are many factors, but a great thing you could do to be healthy is to cut out meat. And as for the taste of raw foods and things like this, and vegetarian diet, we've come to a time now where I could promise anybody that eats meat, if I could take you to certain restaurants around the country that I've been to, or even make you certain meals, and you didn't know me and being a vegetarian or anything else, I could make that meal and you would not know it is a vegetarian meal. That's how great it could taste. So I hope people are listening to this and you can get past the idea of, well, I like my meat, or I like my steak, or I like something like that. I care about people's health. I care about my health. And for every disease across the board, your health will improve and you could prolong your life and avoid disease if you stop eating animals. All right? If you want to look good, if you want to be the strongest man in the cemetery and all this other stuff, go ahead and eat carcasses. But if you want to avoid disease for a long time, avoid eating animals, okay? And avoid that garbage behind you too, that Roundup stuff. All right, and the animal agrees. Okay. Until then, everybody, make it a great day, and have a great day and a great real life.